frames. Remember, he had been 8-3 down at one point, as we rejoin the action in frame 15, with both players yet to score.
Well, a red sprang off another red at an unexpected angle, but I don't think O'Sullivan can pot it. I'm not right behind the shot, so I don't know for sure. He couldn't get to the potting angle for middle pocket, and he's been unfortunate enough to leave Trump an easy starter.
1.
Certainly things getting quite interesting now. Trump in again on first in this frame. Black out of play for now is the concern.
Six. Seven.
Not that suggests that he couldn't win the frame in this visit on the blue and pink, because he could.
$13. 14. $20. 21. 27. 28.
That's 300 points without reply for Trump. O'Sullivan keeping his concentration, waiting for a chance.
$34. 35.
Just disappointingly short there to get top side of the blue. Pink is on, but it's a more difficult pot than the blue. At the moment, though, he's just stroking them in beautifully. He's not letting the cue ball run around too much. A lot of times he just held 41. It for the next ball. Keeping the game simple.
42.
And I think he realised he had to raise his game if he had any hope of winning this match from 8-3 down. And since then, he certainly has raised his game.
48.
Playing almost as well as O'Sullivan was this afternoon. Quite the same devastating total
49.
clearances, but he's getting going.
$55.
Pot success rate very high. 95% O'Sullivan, 93% Trump.
$62. $63. $67.
And just one more red needed.
And it's just awkward queuing. Well done.
68.
Very well done, in fact. He's got something to think about now, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yes, and it's not as if O'Sullivan has suddenly started missing them all over the place. Trump has just
74.
earned his opportunity
75.
and has needed only one scoring visit to win the last 4 frames, counting this one.
Well, that was definitely a kick. That pocket cam actually showed us there. It was, saw the ball leave the table.
81.
In the last 3 frames, Trump has made breaks of 102, 100 and 69. And that's the way you play
82.
black ball position.
It was it took forever to go in, that ball. And obviously he wants this 100 break because he really did try hard to see
89.
the fluke go in. Attentional pockets it was, wasn't it? Reds everywhere, going everywhere.
90.
Needs a scenic route positional shot.
Judd Trump. 90.
No century, but 90 serves his purpose just as well. 4 scintillating frames in succession for Trump.
O'Sullivan at the table, leading by 8 points.
One.
Trump made the mistake in that extended safety exchange. The question is, to what extent can O'Sullivan exploit it?
Thing is, Clive, we've seen 3 total clearances from O'Sullivan this afternoon, but I think he'd be delighted to make 50 from here. Where the balls are, I think he'd be thrilled. Such is the context of the match and where the
8.
balls are placed.
Black and blue out of commission.
$14. $50.
And several awkward reds.
$21. $22.
And it's the red that's the bottom one of the three that he's aiming to get on. But as well, he might get a bad contact, or maybe there's a speck of chalk or something on the ball. Brendan Moore, the referee for this final. There he is, one of the best. And that is good, that positional plays fine.
28. $29.
Having lost the last 4 frames, O'Sullivan knows he's got to reassert himself here.
$35. 36. $42.
2 more red pinks from the 2 easier reds wouldn't be enough to clinch the frame.
And he looked at one of the reds on the left of the table, second up. That might go into the left corner. Not going to be here, but it's going to be, I think, after this one. Not a very good angle on this red, though. Got to play a good shot now. The red and the black making it difficult to get up the table where they're placed. Nice striking once again. Absolutely perfect. He's got the angle to be across for the red that I spoke about. Second up on the left. There's another one that might go across the way. It's been a good break, you know, because it hasn't been easy at all.
$56.
Trump hoping that O'Sullivan is going to break down. O'Sullivan just needs a red and a colour.
$57.
Gone a bit too far, but it's been top class, this. Snooker
63.
needed. The break continuing would be a difficult shot. He wanted to be on the red down the cushion, left-handed. He can't see it without using side. And he's deciding, I think, to run away. Worth a century, that break, Clive, for me.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 63.
Yes, a 63, unassisted by blue or black. That safety from Trump has developed the black. He needs 5 reds, 5 blacks, a snooker, and all the colours to tie.
One. 8. Judd trump, 8.
Trump's safety has left a red against the black, so that's not going to be in his favour. Attempting to pursue more red blacks if he does get in. Excellent.
1.
It was a natural cannon, but he still had to get it, and it was a good putt.
Indeed. If you can get on one of the two reds down the cushion rail, the other one's on, and I'm already looking ahead and thinking, well, the red behind the black is the one he wants to leave till last, with a view to getting a snooker. A few shots off yet, of course, especially if he has to go right around the houses here, which I think he's going to do. Unlucky.
8. Nine.
Excellent putt on the black, and a possibility of coming around the table for another red black.
Yes, and life still in the frame.
16.
Now this is the shot.
17.
Wants to make sure that he's got a nice angle on the red to push it up the table, get him behind the black, and hopefully get the red on top of one of the bulk colours. So that gives him more protection, chance of a free ball, lots of things that could happen, depending on the shot after this one. I should think he'd like to have been further left than where he is, actually.
24.
The red comes a little bit close to that middle pocket, and it's not a particularly threatening
24.
snooker. Still got to be hit, though.
Foul. Judd trump, 4.
And O'Sullivan hasn't hit it.
Well, he can tie the frame. The green's gone up to stop the black going in one of the corner pockets, so that's slightly to be considered. Trump needs the red and the black. But that is well played also. Now, if he could somehow win this frame, then really that would change things around a lot.
Enough to shake anybody.
Well, this is really tight. I don't know if he can get to this, perhaps just.
One.
On the black. And it's a clearance to tie.
Yeah, he's got to go all round the table here, the green and the brown in opposite ends of the table.
8.
Blue's off its spot. It would be a mighty good clearance, I think. Green's awkward to get to with the black on its spot next to it.
O'Sullivan led 71-0 in this frame.
He's not on the green, but it's not the worst scenario because he still should
10.
maintain the advantage of the table and the safety.
Thank you. Judd trump 10.
I just wonder if the middle pocket is in the way here. Well, he might just be able to go before the middle and get towards the green. But again, he doesn't know where the balls are going to finish.
Good hit. Trump can still tie with a clearance. Perhaps because he couldn't get on the brown or because it was too risky, Trump didn't attempt the pot there.
The other thing is where the brown and blue are. It just seems awkward to imagine potting the brown and getting across for the blue. Two big shots in a row. So the clearance is not going to be easy when the chance comes, if it comes.
Oh,
Ronnie
the great
O'Sullivan,
comeback is derailed.
Ronnie was just looking at Judd there. He couldn't really understand the shot he was playing. He really did look up at Judd rather strangely, as if, well, then why would you play that shot? Not getting anywhere near the brown, and if the in-off is there, then if he refused the last chance, that was one to refuse as well, I suppose.
3.
Just Ronnie's reaction, I thought, was a bit odd. He just couldn't believe it. He was feeling under pressure, and he's been gifted this.
Seven.
Yes, the untimely in-off from Trump has proved decisive.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 7 and the frame.
O'Sullivan breaks his 4-frame losing streak. O'Sullivan has broken his 4-frame losing streak, which at one stage in the last frame wasn't all that far from becoming 5 frames.
He got really close to that. His head was bowed after it. He couldn't believe it stayed up. He's played ever so well tonight.
One.
Oh, straight away the chance to go into them. And few do it better. What a split. Had a little bit trace for a side on that. Left hand side, pushed the cue ball up the table. It was a terrific shot.
So just with that one shot, O'Sullivan creates
9.
a frame and match winning chance.
Yeah, he'll be able to see the winning line now in the distance. Just got to keep his concentration.
Sixteen.
Could have stayed around the black spot
7.
for a little bit, seeing where it takes him, but keeping things very simple here. He's already done the hard work getting the bunch open.
$23. $24.
Some reds lined up to the right corner. And he's absolutely perfect behind this yellow to get in behind them. Something serious has got to go wrong here for Trump to get it back to the table anytime soon.
26. $27.
Oh, no angle. So he's further away from this red than he would like to be.
32. $33. $40. $41.
So cool, so calm, as if this was a practice session of no particular account.
And he's found a red that goes through the gap and opens up the other
46.
one as well. There it is. Look to see if the pink goes in the same pocket. It doesn't.
47. $52. $53.
Now the next 5 reds in the middle of the table slightly tied up. Of course, he's got the one over on the left he could land in behind. That would be the safest bet. And he realises that the
60.
red and the black, and then Judd can't win. I've just seen Ronnie look at the score. He knows now. Probably knew already. So he hasn't got to worry about the 5 reds. I suspect he could get them into play anyhow. He'd rather do it when his opponent can't win.
Thanks. Yep. 61.
Trump has given it all he's got and came back with great spirit and great skill from a desperate position of 8-3 down.
Well, no applause for that one, but that was
68.
the crunch. Well, how about that, Clive? That was a real punch of the air. Been put under pressure. And what a special moment for him.
76.
O'Sullivan
77.
has kept very cool under pressure.
He's played beautifully today, and he's just finished this match in such style, and it just, you can sense that it's
84.
giving him a huge buzz.
85.
O'Sullivan had 3 total clearances, 2 80s, 3 70s, in taking an 8-3 lead. He's about to retain
91.
that trophy.
92.
Trump came roaring back with a 4-frame winning streak, which included 2 centuries of his own, and wasn't that far from levelling the
99.
match. But once O'Sullivan had broken his 4-frame winning streak, he was
100.
within 1 frame of victory, and he seized it in style with his 4th century of the match, his 7th of the tournament.
107.
And this looks like
109.
becoming his 4th total clearance of the day. It doesn't,
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
but the break of 109 completes O'Sullivan's 10-7 victory. Ronnie O'Sullivan is the champion of champions.
What